after we've went live. But I don't think the video will be too long tonight. We've just got one tiny match game week to prep for this game week. I'm going to be, just while I'm on screen and stuff, I'm going to be redoing all my training stuff just to give me something to spend a bit of screen time with you doing. And yeah, we'll just chat. You know, Ether has been a mad fucking emotional roller coaster, I think, since the last time we did the stream. It's been mad because, like, you know, whenever you're, you know, any of the stuff I've been involved in, you know, you always set out a strategy and you've got a plan, objective, you know, tactics, how you want to actually implement what you're trying to achieve. And when forces out of your control can accelerate or decelerate, as I've done today a little bit, which I'm actually quite glad about, to be honest. It really, honestly, like, it's such a mental weekend. I think everyone was counting money at one point, going, Jesus, man, when is this going to stop? I'm quite glad it's settled down a little bit. But when I'm looking at this kind of stuff with Ether and whatnot, I always look at like the dollar price, because I think just a lot of this crypto world is quite, dollars are the metrics. You know, when Bitcoin hits all these ATHs, all-time highs, it's always the dollar numbers that they quote. So I'm always, you know, obviously looking at how much money, like pounds, the thing's worth and all the rest of it. But I always check the dollar price, and around that $1,000 mark, you know, I know it's kind of sub that now, it's like 900s or so, but around that kind of level, I think if it hangs about there, I'll be relatively content with the growth that we've had over the festive period. You know, I woke up Sunday morning and I looked at the app and it was £980 for one Ether. I just couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my God, like, this is just going to explode. And thankfully there's been a wee calm down today for SoRare marketplace, because the marketplace, like, I've been all over the secondary market, the primary market, everything, been trying to dive about, get some deals. And I've got a lot of cheap Ether, as you guys will know, just been trying to maximize that to the best of my potential. And we've got some really good deals done already. I've still got a little bit of Ether floating about, and I think I'm going to try. I'm still looking for that real crown jewel piece that I've been searching for the last 2-3 weeks, something like that. We've had a few opportunities, and they've just not worked out. A wee bit of a revised budget because we've grabbed some items. I'll show you what they are in a moment. And yeah, so let me just get the screen sorted. We'll get it up and running. I see a few of these are here. Get in the comment section. Let me know if you've done any trading over the last couple of days. What's your Ether position been like? If you had Ether sitting on and then you're in a situation like me where your money became a lot more powerful, or were you the kind of opposite? Were you waiting for like a payday to come or something like that and the price ran away and maybe slowed you down a little bit and just gave me a lot of opportunity to get back in? Like, again, even today, like, it must have been about 4 or 5 o'clock. The price of Ether in pounds, it hit 666, and I was like, oh, I hope that's when it stops now, you know, because that's a bit spooky. But let me know your situation. Let me know, you know, what you found over the last couple of days, because me, like, for you guys that are just trickling in and out, like, honestly, I never really go into much detail about talking about what I got up to on this outside of, you know, the Twitter sphere and the YouTube and all that kind of stuff. But I've been talking to people like, I don't know what to do. This is crazy. Like, you know, get put between, you know, a rock and a hard place. Rock being things are running away and you've got no control over whether you like it or not, and the hard place being a set strategy you've kind of laid out for the foreseeable future based on everything that's around us, you know. So how have you paid any attention? Is it something that you spent a lot of brain power on? So let me know where you guys are at, and I'll get the stuff up on the screen for us now. So we have dipped into the secondary market. We've been trying to pull off a lot of trades for super rares in particular. I've been eyeing up a lot of top end rares, but none of the prices for them have quite went where I want them to. As you can see, we've got 2 super rares. If you can see the screen, you may be able to see their haircuts. You might even know who they are already. But we got ourselves an Ezekiel Barco and an Iomide Akinola. So we've really bolstered up our MLS roster for, you know, March time, the season kicking off, and we've done that for a great price overall. And both these guys solid under 23s, and yeah, absolutely buzzing to get them into the gallery. About a month ago, I'd have probably considered each one of these a marquee piece, because I rate them both so highly, and I really can't wait to get them into tournaments and start playing with them. But just with how much Ether I managed to acquire, I did some secondary trades myself. I did release some cards, I did sell some up, and give myself a bit more leverage in terms of how much money I had and, you know, the moves I could potentially look to make in the market. and I'm really quite happy. We've done any other moves? I think we got the Chervy, and we got so I'd made a wee list in December, and I just basically looked at the numbers. You know, how many champion, challenger, unders, all these defenders, midfielders, forwards, you name it, goalkeepers, the name, a lot of it. Pardon me. And balancing wise, I found I needed 4 cards. Okay, so I went and got the Franco Chervy. Wasn't really involved in that. That just went really cheap, and I thought, why not? It's 20 quid. But the Milton Valenzuela, I needed another MLS or America's defender because Mark McKenzie is transferred into Belgium, so he's now a challenger defender for me. So I needed to replace him on my America's roster. I needed another America's striker, and I got the opportunity to get an in-season Higuain for less than 0.13 in-season as well. So I'm hoping that in-season bonus remains as the MLS comes back. That would be absolutely glorious for me. We also got Akhmetov. I needed another challenger midfielder, and that was it. There with the balancing. And I think I'd maybe done one of them earlier on. Maybe it may have been the Isco, or maybe in the Jack Hendry. I forget. Oh, it was a Jack Hendry, challenger defender. Challenger defender, midfielder, and an American defender and striker were my balancing buys I needed to make, and we got them at very good rates as well. The Akhmetov, we ended up getting him for 0.028, I want to say. So, you know, what's that, like 20 quid or something as well. So I think the gallery is, we've come out of this kind of little festive period much stronger than what we were going into it. From a balancing perspective, I've let go of 1 card, and I did it last night, and it was kind of when I was getting through the emotions of, you know, where am I at and what moves am I planning on making. And I might try and get that card back, but some of the other ones were all rewards and stuff like that. And that's the name of the game, guys. You know, it's growing your gallery through winning tournaments. You know, the gallery I've got at the moment is in a really strong position, card count wise as well as balancing wise. So I feel like my first 6 months, the kind of agenda I'd set myself over the festive period was to cap that first 6 months off with a really nice purchase on top of everything. And Barco. Do you know Barco? Some guys to say hi to. Mikey Boy is here as always. Thank you, Mikey Boy, for turning up. Non-stick llama in the house again as always, and our boy Black is saying about Barco. I guess I thought we were going to play Guess the Haircut. No, not tonight, Tom. Not tonight. So this game week doesn't really have much going on now. I'm quite thankful for the gallery I've got that I can actually deploy, I think, quite a handy team. So we'll just do that first and get that out of the way, and we'll come back to it as the video progresses, just in little intervals and whatnot as well. Have I still got? Yeah, no, I've not sorted. So goalkeepers, I've only got 1 choice, and I think it's going to be the same for a lot. There's not that many games on this game week. Just to quickly recap, I'll just show you. There's only like 6 matches, maybe 5, but we've got 3 in the Premier League. All these guys have cards that I actually own, so that's good for me. Atletico versus Seville. I think you've got an Acuna that will play in Seville. Otherwise, it's just Atletico cards. And then we've got 2 games in the Jupiler Pro League. So 2 sets of teams there, goalkeeper. So you've not, in terms of goalkeeper options, there's only really 5 choices that will be made. So the variance is going to be very minor on maybe some rotation options or, you know, different bits and pieces like that. But the guys at SoRare have upgraded the special weekly, so we're getting the ETH bonus for hitting the thresholds. So even if you do need to field a known DNP, I wouldn't let that put you off. You can list super rares and uniques now. It's just going in as the weekly, you know, score thing, so no multipliers count this game week. But I think we want to have both of those guys. And the only midfielder I have is Ferran Torres. He's just coming back from being on self-isolation with COVID, negative test, don't think he passed positive, or maybe he did or something, I don't know, but he's just coming back. I expect him to be on at least the bench, and I'm hoping he gets minutes. If he gets minutes, he'll score me some points, and if I get mega lucky, he'll come off the bench and he'll make an assist or get a goal, shoot as a 60 or so, or even he starts and has a blinder. It's not impossible with Pep, you never know. The final spot, when I've got to this point, the Gabriel, he's not playing now, so I'm not even thinking about him. Jack Hendry and Fabio. Do I go with Fabio and hope he gets a goal against Everton? They've just brought Cutrone back from Fiorentina. He's not been scoring too much. I doubt he would walk into the team and start ahead of Fabio Silva. But Jack Hendry getting another goal in the last game weekend. He is getting some solid scores. I know he'll play as well. And in a game week like this, I'm going to go with known starters. I'm not going to, Ferran Torres, it's the only choice I've got. I'm not going to go buy somebody for this game week, because even without the Ferran Torres, I'm quite confident I'll hit the Ether threshold anyway with even the other 4 lads that are trotting out for me. So I'm happy to roll with that. In terms of captain and somebody, who do I think is going to get the best score? So I guess against Sevilla, I reckon Trippier might be a good choice. Now, I don't really ever get the option or the opportunity to captain Trippier because he always in a D3 lineup. Being a super rare, that can't happen. So I'm in a bit of a pickle for who I would like to actually make captain. I think Beershire will concede some goals, and I think Ugbo is going to be in line to be scoring or being involved in them at some point. But Trippier can shoot a 70 without doing anything, you know, so it's a tough one. I think I'm going to go with the Trippier just because he is, you know, he's the poster child of the gallery. It would make sense to captain him, so I'm going to do that. Magic. So that's our lineup for this game week. I hope it does me well. Let's cross our fingers and toes and we'll see how all that pans out. Now, last time I did training squads, I ended up with like 20 odd of them or something. Have I sold one goalkeeper? I think I've sold one. Yeah, I've sold one goalkeeper. It's a training goalkeeper anyway. I didn't really want to see the back of him, but got a good bid come in. I thought, hey, why not? Or you could just be like, yes, I seen a guy on Twitter tonight got a Vinicius Junior is his refer a friend referral, so well done to him. What a great card. My refer a friend was Mbemba. Let me know whether he's not serving the ban. Atletico are appealing it. Happened a bit last week or something like that. Atletico are just playing the game just so the suspension doesn't land for as long as possible. They're trying to get it and land on, I think, England's watch rather than Atletico's watch because they're going through the league and they're still in Europe and whatever. But yeah, he'll be playing. What was I saying there? Yeah, my refer a friend bonus was a Chancellor Mbemba. Let me know in the comment section below who you got as your refer a friend bonus. Was it somebody amazing? Was it somebody okay? Did you sell them for money? Did you turn them into something? Have they scored you points? Have they been a part of a win? Let me know. And yeah, we'll get to making some training squads. Now, normally when I make the training squads, I try and keep them themed so that in my head I can kind of work out, right, okay, I'll get X amount of lineups I could do this, that, and the other. Okay, so I'm going to start off. I think I'm probably going to start off first of all with my Americas because we've just got the two super rares. Now, I'll do this just for a wee bit of vanity, right? But I've got a full super rare Americas lineup now. So I'm super happy to see what that can do for us. We do have a spare midfielder as well. I've got Efrain Alvarez, which under Greg Vanny, I'm hoping he's going to get some more minutes this season, but I'm not going to hold my breath on it. And in case he doesn't, I've got Barco and I've got Medina. Both of them I know are going to get enough minutes across the season at the very least to keep me happy and keep me entering tournaments at a higher level. Now, having 5 super rares like this, and especially them all being in the one league, etc., I'm not going to be able to enter them all like this as a D2 capable team very often. So realistically, a lot of these guys are going to be across different B3s for me when these things rock around, or maybe D2s. It depends on how the fixtures actually pan out. But when I'm doing training, I'm not going to lump all these super rares in together because I want each of them to rank up as quick as possible. So I'm going to put each one of them into one lineup and captain them around another team of rares that aren't going to have captains in them. Okay, so we'll just clear this squad out. And I'll come back and I'll go again. Okay, so start off with defense. So with Titan, I'm thinking he'll be playing this year. Blah blah blah. I don't even need to talk about all that stuff. So we get Mateo Djonjic, referral from me. Lovely, good to see. Nice linchpin of the Asia lineup as well. Mickey boy, good to see. Good to see. So normally, first of all, I want to try and put out who's my definite. Oh yeah, he's my best American centre back, and I'll put him away in my first lineup just as something. I'll probably put the Mensa up there. He's a contender for MVP. He's a really solid guy. We'll put him in there. In terms of midfield, who's probably one of my favourite? I've lost to Brendan Aronson since he's moved to Europe. Obviously, I like my Cole Bassett. I like my Lewis Morgan. Probably put Morgan in there. It's one of my favourites. And then up front. Let's just put the Johnny Russell, keep him next to Morgan. Nice. So guys, let me know again, who were your referrals? The Ether stuff has been on the last couple of days. What's your thoughts? What's your stance? What's your movement's been? Have you done anything? Have you managed to profit out of maybe cashing in the Ether when it was up at peak and maybe buy back in at a lower price? Just let me know what he's been up to. I'll finish up picking this team. So Diego Chara is another solid player. Who I maybe put the Fontana into this because I do like my Fontana. I think I'll stick the Fontana in here, yeah, just to round this lineup off. Yeah, so they're all guys that I know I'll play every game week or most game weeks at the very least, and I like them all. Good guys. So Andre Blake's probably my next favourite goalkeeper. And then in defence, I'm going to be going with the Matarrita, my super rare, just get him in. He'll be captain in this team. And then midfield, maybe even I'll put the Kyoto. If you SoRare data, I've just released this new feature called player rankings, and Kyoto actually scores really high on it, so I might. I knew he was a high scorer anyway because Henry was playing him up front. He's listed as a midfielder, but I haven't seen his scores so high across the platform. I think I'll probably get him into training and get him up and running. We'll stick the Vela in there because he's definitely one of my favourite strikers in that region that I've got, and the spare player who we stick in. We'll just throw the Castellanos in. I think I'm quite light on strikers. That's why I had to get the Higuain. So I don't know if I want to. We'll put the Bassett in there. Bassett's one of our. We've still got Zelarayan. We've still got Eli. Where's Zelarayan? Let's get him into a squad. Just so I know then he's training, and I don't need to scroll this far down again to try and find him. That went past him? No, I've not went past him. Have I seen him? Surely I would have seen him. We've got a lot of cards in the gallery. It's a pain in the bum doing this. Oh, I suppose I could just search for him, couldn't I? I could just do that. Where's the fun in that? There he is. Zelarayan, Captain Matarrita. Lovely jubbly. Oh, lovely. What goalkeeper did you get, Lama? Who did you go and get? There's a lot of, the secondary market now, guys, is absolutely amazing. Oh, cool. Jesus, can I come back to this later? There's a wee pop-up thing. I don't know if you can see that on screen. It's a wee pop-up survey. Feel free to do that when you're on SoRare next. I'm sure it'll give them valuable feedback to keep the game moving forward and ever improving. Next in goal, maybe Cisniga would be my next favourite goalkeeper. Yeah, I think he would be for that region. Cisniga, and then at the back we've used the super rare, we've used the Mensa. So my next best, probably Segura. Yeah, and I like putting them together because they play for the same team. Things like that make me happy in my training squads. Nice wee bit of symmetry. We'll put the Bassett in for midfield, and then up front we'll get the Higuain in here. So there he's at. Big kick. And then the spare body, we need a super rare to go in here, so we'll just stick to the Medina. Lovely. And then Medina captain, boom. Easy peasy. Now I think we're maybe getting into territory where it's the training goalkeepers now for MLS. So guys like Joe Bendick and Krapal. Oh no, Steve Clark, he's a starter. We'll put him in next. We've got 4 starter goalkeepers for MLS. I'm actually really happy with that. And I think we've got 4 for J League. So I think we're doing quite well. If Alan's well, we'll get him in. Now I actually have 6 super rares for MLS. So I think we'll do quite well. I think this will be spread out quite well this time around. A nice balance to how all the super rares are put out. Alan Pulido, I'm going to get him in because I want him training because I think he's going to have a big year for me. And then a spare player, let's get a midfielder. I'm thinking maybe not an Eli, but somebody kind of like that. Maybe Chara. Who else am I probably going to rely upon for the coming MLS campaign? Yeah, I think I like the Eli. Harrison Affle, I don't know how much he'll play. I suppose just like Cadden go, I think, haven't they? So might play more. Alan Cruz. See, I really like Alan Cruz, but he never really made much of a. Never had much of a chance to make an impact for me. Mason Toy, I might throw him in. Danny Wilson. Let's put Yavi Hernandez in because we need him to be rocking up at some point with some goals, don't we? I'm Captain DeBarco. Magic. I hope by the time I get to the end of MLS and J League, I should. Yeah, I paid like 150 quid for him, which at the time was 0.35 Ether. There is only 4 of them, so I really wanted him since I seen he was on the platform. And as soon as he went to Leipzig, if you've been on the channel for a while, you'll know I'm a massive fan of Leipzig. I've got the only 2 cards on the platform that play for Leipzig: Justin Kluivert, Super Rare, and the Sorloth, which there is only 4 rares of. The Kluivert was just coming into a lovely bit of form for me, and he got this little injury. He's not been back since. So that's a little bit of a kick in the teeth because he was, he got the goal against Man United, I think, was it? But he was starting to pick up a bit of form, starting to clock up the minutes. He was starting to do really well. So our next American defender, Miles Robinson, Andrew Gutman, Danny Wilson. I think I'll go with Danny Wilson, fly the flag. For Scotland, that is, no one else. We want to get the Efrain Alvarez in here, I think, don't we? Yeah, we want to get the Alvarez in here, and then it leaves Akinola for the next team. So up front, we're going to keep Akinola for the next team. We've still got Castellanos there. And Mason Toy, Castellanos, Mason Toy, and Pinilla. Yeah, so we're quite light up front until we got something in. So I'm going to go for... I'm probably going to go with the Mason Toy, to be honest with you. I know that might sound a bit left field. Where the hell is he? But I'm hoping on re-signed him for a purpose. And at 21, he's at a good point in his career. And then the extra man, we might put the Castellanos in this, and then we can double up on the... We've doubled up midfielders, I think, on every other team, haven't we? So if we doubled up on strikers on this one, we've still got a Chara floating about, and an Eli, and a Gutman. We've still got a few bits and bobs hanging about MLS wise. I think I'll double up on the Castellanos because I've not heard any moves at NYC actually. Oh, do you know what I'll do actually? I'm not going to take the Castellanos. I'll take that little Benfica guy that I've just bought that I think is moving to MLS. I suppose his name again. I'll just search him. It's Chervy or something, wasn't it? Beautiful. Right, so we'll put him in that team, Captain Alvarez. That works for me. Lovely. I get him training. Yeah, that's good stuff. So we've got 5 teams made already, all MLS, all solid, capable, capable lineups. So, but I've did this before. I always get quite excited, thinking, yeah, man, this is going to be amazing. I can't wait till these leagues kick back off again. And yeah, it's great now, but see, like this game week we've got, where there's only like 4 or 5. Imagine there was a full MLS roster on top of this. And that's the kind of fixture pile up that we're looking forward to getting. Oh, thank God. Celtic have just scored. Only took them all fucking night. I'm sorry, I just want to see who scored. Turnbull. Fucking, of course it was. 82nd minute. Oh, thank God, Celtic, thank God. Right. Enough about that. Right, so in defence, I think we're picking Gutman. The thing with Gutman is I don't really expect him to start at Atlanta, but I think if he does get a chance in the team, he might have a good chance of cementing his place, because when I was watching Atlanta from afar last year, the main left back option was like Brooks Lennon, and they've messed about left back quite a bit. So Gutman, I think he's probably seen as coming in as like a bit of a backup player, but I think if he grabs the bull by the horns, the place in the team is his for the taking. So still got Diego Chara. We've got Eli out. Let's get Eli into our team because I'm going to need him throughout the season. I can feel it. Up front is going to be that Canola. I can find him. There he is. Boom. And then we've got one more spot. Okay, so we've got a Medina Rare. I think we do want to get that in action because the rare version will be useful. I think we still get the we need to get Castellanos in, don't we? So Castellanos, I can live with the Medina because I think he's quite powerful already. So yeah, he won't feel too much of an out-of-season nerf compared to some of these other cards. Castellanos is doing okay as well, actually. He's trained well. Chara, Aronson, we know, is in Europe now. Wild Trap, Miles Robinson, Tommy McNamara. I really like Tommy. I don't know if he'll play too much next season. Kyrie Shelton, Alan Cruz again. Do you know? I feel like Emerson Hindman. Oh, Jesus, got a few good options here. Gaddy Keened up, by the way. I might stick him in. I think. No. Kevin Paredes has to be in training at all times. I've got the 1 of 100 Kevin Paredes, and he's 16. He's 16 when the card came out. So I've always said to myself since I got that card, he always has to be training. I need to max him out as quick as possible, and then I can enjoy that card for the rest of the guy's career. And it's all buzzing. But yeah, I think that's probably the lineup we're going to go with. So we filled in 6 lineups in training for MLS, each one of them containing one of my super rares. And I think with the exception of the 2 training goalkeepers, we've got Krapau and Bendik for teams 5 and 6. We've got a solid roster, solid roster of MLS cards. We might look to get another edition or 2. So still a few cards that interest me, but it's all about the price being right. I'm just diving back into the comment section, guys, to see what you guys are up to. DeFourny, Just bought a cheap. I don't know what that means on second line. I'm sorry. And I'm waiting for Cruz. Yeah. I'm really looking forward to Anthony Fontana this season as well, Mike. Stefan, you're in the house. Stefan, you joined the stream on Thursday, right as I was clocking off, and I went to show your comment on the screen. I've not even watched it back to see if it came on screen, but that stayed all the way through. Me editing everything, the comment wouldn't go away. The kind of thing, the wee mechanism kind of froze. And then when I logged in today to fire up the stream, it was still there. So, Stefan, thanks a lot for joining us. Pleasure to see you as always. Woody Baggies, please. I don't want to hear. Oh, sorry. There's another guy called Woody something, and he normally makes Celtic jokes with me. Some strong teams there for the MLS, Quinny lad. I would definitely agree with you, mate. Do you see any weaknesses in it? Do you think we've got? Are we missing anything? We're missing a wee bit of Stardust, maybe. Will there be new cards? Yes. So basically, I'm starting to feel like the MLS has maybe ran its course in terms of auctions. I've not really seen too many MLS cards on auction now since they did those bundles. I was thinking this about a week ago, and what I came to the conclusion of was they'll probably do one more hooray of bundles on for this year because they'll want to make the money, of course, from minting those cards. And there's a lot of quotas that are nowhere near fulfilled. So I think a few of the card counts will need padded out a little bit. So we might get another spray or two of bundles for MLS. So keep your eyes peeled for that because some of the I seen a 5-pack, right, MLS bundle that went for 0.17. Ether must have been about the kind of level it was at today. And it had I can't remember the other three, right? The other three were okay players. But it had Pulido and Zella Ryan in it, and it went for 0.17. Each one of those cards in season, in form, I reckon you could get that Ether back on, no problem. And I say those three other cards that were okay. I can't remember for the life of me who they were. It's not really important. Point being, when the bundles come along for the J League and MLS, when they come back, if they come back, definitely try and get yourself some Ether to try and capitalize on it if those are tournaments and leagues you want to partake in, because you can get a bargain. I've seen it firsthand. I watched a lot of those packs. I only got one. It was the J League one. But yeah. Have you ever considered training your players with players that are playing the game week? I believe that. Yes. So what you're saying there, Black, if I put somebody in those training squads that was also playing, then yeah, there would be a quicker increase in XP gain on them all. That requires far too much maintenance for me, to be honest with you. So I always try and have my training squads with as minimal maintenance as I possibly can manage, just so that I know I'm not missing anyone out. Because I think when my gallery was about maybe 10 to 12 goalkeepers deep, I could kind of do that most weeks, and I would try and skew it in my favour in terms of, right, I'll put like common Ronaldo with this card, and I'll do this and I'll do that and whatever. But I'm up at like 20 odd keepers now, and it's just too much work to do that, to be honest with you, mate. It will slow my short-term XP growth, but when they come back in season, it's playing games is what really gets you XP, you know. So we're going to make some teams again. Now, the next kind of theme, if you like, is going to be J League, okay? So I must have a good 4 goalkeepers or something like that. Number 1 goalkeeper for J League at the moment is also the Jakub Slovic. We got him for just over a third of a coin. Really good price. His scores are really good. He's just signed on again for that team. So I'm really happy with that. In terms of defence, my strongest defender would have to be the Mickey Yamain, I think, wouldn't it? Yeah, it kind of goes without saying, doesn't it? So it'll be my boy Mickey. In midfield, we've got good choices for Asia. We've got a lot of choices. Not all of them are good, but we do have good ones. So I'm going to go get Arturo Asaka, because I know he's quite towards the bottom of the scroll down. He's there, Arturo. Up front, we don't have that many Asian strikers, it must be said. If Diego Costa went to China, that would be absolutely lovely, because we have a rare and a super rare of them, so that would be delightful. Ayase Ueda is probably our number 1 striker. Number 1 and number 2 are quite closely contested. And then the other midfielder, do we just go with the obvious and put Eo Tanaka in this one? Or do I maybe try and... Yeah, let's just put the Eo Tanaka in. And then we know that's all the big boys taken care of. We don't need to remember to squash them in later. Yeah, a lot of players to get safe. Still not good at Gadi Kinda. Watanabe. I should pan out a little bit better. I think after losing that training goalkeeper, I think I might need to go and get myself another one. Different one. There's Tanaka there. Okay, cool. And then captain will be my boy Slovic. Sweet. So that's a solid team. You know, that could do well. I finished 7th in Asia D3 with all of those cards and a rare Tanny as the goalkeeper. All rares, finished 7th, and it was like the first game week of the new system, so I might have been a bit bold or a bit brave doing that, but it paid off. Tanny would definitely be the number 2, probably number 1, but just the fact that Slovak is a super rare supersedes him in this case. My second, now for defence, I've got a lot of choices for J League. I'm really attached to my Ominami. I've still got good faith in my Koki Machida. Who else? Kim Yong-gwon is transferred down the league, so I think that'll be good for his playing time. Rail to Cal, I really like Rail to Cal. He's no longer U23s. And Sunjic is in China. I'm putting Sunjic in this because he needs to train badly, so I'll just get him in a lineup just so he's up and running quicker. And then the other midfielders we've got Hayo Kawabe, I like him. And then up front, we've got a few okay. I think the next striker is Marcos Jr. I think that's who we want. He had some good purple patches of form. We got him as a reward after his form had kind of passed on. And then the loose player, let's get another midfielder in. We've got, I want to put that boy actually, I've got some Korean lads that I think are good. Ryo J Moon, I'm pretty sure he's good, by the way. Sakamoto, I know is good. I've played him. Who would go into this team? Park Tae-jun, I don't think is that high up the pecking order from my guys, and maybe he is, and I'm forgetting. Chanatip. Yeah, I've got some of these fodder cards that I got in that bundle. I've got a lot of cards, man, don't I? Right, let's just go get the Sakamoto because I like him. He's safe, and I know what he's all about. Or we'll get the next one we come to that's kind of earmarked. If it's Parked, if it's Ryo J Moon, or if it's Sakamoto, boom. And Magic, well, captain is Sunjic because he needs the XP desperately. Oh, fuck off. Fuck off. Hibs have just scored. I'm so gutted, man. Nisbet, 91st minute. You've got to be joking me, man. Why'd I even bother, honestly? Oh, Jesus, that's painful. Anyway, the draft starts on Friday. Oh, does it? Fantastic. Fantastic. And black. Cheers, man. I take it as a response. Yeah, sweet. Top man. So we've got 2 good J-League teams out. I'll go back because I think there's a few of you guys that are just joining the stream now. So this is the only lineup we've got for there's only 1 tournament available. And these are the players we're managing to get out. The Ferran Torres, I'm hoping is going to be a good differentiator. If he starts, it's a big gamble. He's my only midfield option. That's why we've went with him. We've doubled up with the Hendry in defence just because we want known starters. And we're hoping that Ika Ugbo and the All Black can get their goals and clean sheets respectively. But against Sevilla, I'm not going to bank on it. And for that matter, it might actually increase because it is Sevilla. Some All Black holders might opt for another goalkeeper because they think Sevilla chance of a clean sheet is minimal. But even if they did concede 1 but made a bunch of saves, saved a pen or something like that, can still score really well. So maybe the herd of All Blacks will be thinned. We're up to 8. We're up to 8 training squads already, guys. So let's see. I think we've got some more Asian guys to pick, don't we? Yes, we've got Paolo Obe, we've got Mungun. Right, Paolo Obe is definitely my number 3. There's only 4 cards of this guy on the platform. He's under 23. I've got the 1 of 100, which I'm buzzing about. And he plays for Yokohama F Marinos, which is the team in Japan that's linked to City Football Group, which, you know, you should probably know by now. I've got a bit of a soft spot for. Ryo Takao is definitely going to go in as my defender here. And then midfield, I can pick these loosey-goosey guys I had floating about earlier, I think, can't I? Guys like Ryo J Moon, we'll get him in. And then I think this is where you'll start to see how thin I am on Asia. So I go up front and I've got Rio Hatate. And have I got somebody else? It might just be it, by the way. It might just be Rio Hatate. I think that's maybe our last Asian lineup, all Asian anyway. Might need to get another striker in, maybe from MLS or something to fill the next training squad out. Yeah, I think we will. And it'll probably be the Castellanos. But we'll stick Rio Hatate in now. And then our last midfielder. Or I might even double up. No, I won't double up on defence because I'm going to get another squad out with the Mungun. So the other midfielder, let's go and get just the next one that comes really that's decent. Partijun. Is it Partijun? Is that who I wanted? Yeah, let's just put Partijun in. Oh, is it? So I saying get myself now. Oh, Chanatip. Let's put him in. I like Chanatip. And then captain. Let's just go with the goalkeeper because I think he'll be a great differentiator, and I want him to be as high powered as possible. And this will be the last Asian lineup, and it's going to be a little bit of Americas in here as well, I think, just with the lack of striker. So the goalkeeper, the one and the only, the man himself, Mungun. And then no game. Right, okay, so can I get... Yeah, I've got Ominami. I need him in training. No two ways about it. Midfield actually may be quite light. I don't think I'd want to put... Maybe someone... I'd rather put Diego Chara in training over some of these other Asian guys. This may be a little hybrid type squad. There's a Castellanos again. And then let's see if we get anyone else. Now, it's easy to scroll through and see players because we've thinned the herd out a little bit with some of the key guys already. So I can scroll through this now with a bit of confidence that, oh, yeah, I could do with him in training. I'm not doing somebody out of a place that I would really, really want to get training and get the XP up. So McNamara. Who am I looking at and thinking, oh, they have to get in this non-EU training batch, basically, that I've... Alan Cruz is a contender. Anderson Hindman is a contender. Matsumara. Gadi Kinda. Oh, I could get the Gadi Kinda in, couldn't I? I think we do that. I think we put the Gadi Kinda in. Gadi Kinda. Yeah, let's put Gadi Kinda in. Boom. So it's kind of MLS and, yeah, we better make sure. And who do we captain? Probably captain the Castellanos just because he's a striker. As much as anything else. It's sweet. So how many lineups is that? So we've got 10 lineups, and I must say 2 of the goalkeepers are so for America and for the Americas and for Asia, we've got the bones of 8 strong outfits, like 8 really strong outfits, and then we've got another 2 squads of loosey-goosey players that are kind of tagging on the end, and you know, can make up the numbers for us. So I did a video a while ago called, was it called Gallery Control or something like that? And we basically went through this kind of thing and was talking about how, like, setting up your training squads can help you mentally, like, compartmentalize your regions and your squads. And I've got too many defenders. I've not got enough up front. I need more goalkeepers, you know, whatever it may be. So if you don't do your training that way, then fair enough. But I think maybe every time you're going to refresh your training pattern, or if you're like one of these guys like Black was saying earlier on, that I was reading comments here. You want to put active players in to get them up. If you're doing that every week, then yeah, you'll have access to that all the time. But what I would recommend sometimes, just take a wee step back and just build all your lineups out like that, because it can be a good way, as I say, just to clear the grass and see, like, this is what I have, this is what I don't have, and this is, well, I don't really need these 3 guys, but I could really do with 2 of them, you know, that kind of thing. And then at least you know in the market when you're making moves, you're not, oh crap, I've actually got like 5 of them already, why did I even bother with the other one? So Mikey Boy, no, I'm never going to put I don't think I'm ever going to put the Nakamura in a team. I actually quite like it being zeroed, because I'm never going to deploy it in a game week. I don't think so. Apparently, yeah, another keeper, so not sure, but one gun. Okay, that's fine. My note says 14th to 16th. Cool, no problem. I've not actually made notes, and all the MLS stuff that I listen to, podcasts and all that, they're all starting to come back now. So I really need to get back on the bandwagon and get back up to speed with, get my finger on the pulse of that league. You know, who's looking for what type of players, I might want to sign in my gallery, I might want to release, whatever. Oh, Dennis, I feel so bad for you, son. 2 players this game week. You know, do you know? Oh my God, I think I hit the E threshold. Or was it Ross? I hit the E threshold over Christmas, I think, with like 3 players. I think maybe Ross done it with 2. Someone done it with 2. It might have been Leeds or Wee. Someone done it with, it was Leeds or Wee. It was Law Dog. Someone done it with 2 players. So it's not impossible. You need to get super lucky, Dennis. I'm with you all the way, pal. I hope it pays off for you. Now, the next kind of little trainer squad I would put together, and I say, if then you guys are just catching up, I'll do a quick wee glance recap, right? We've made some changes to the gallery. We have released a few cards. We've brought some in. We've got 2 bad boy super rares brought in for the Americas, Ezekiel Barco and Io Akinola. So I'm redoing all my training. I've acquired some goalkeepers and some bits and bobs here and there. So I'm redoing all my training to make sure that I'm happy with everything. And that's it. That first 10 squads and probably the next like 3, I like having them sitting there that I know that they're just training, and I don't need to think or worry about anything to do with it. So the next goalkeeper I'm going to pick is going to be Ruffier. Okay, now Ruffier always leads the charge for my injured squad. Okay, so in defence, who's my big injury? I've got Pletnicek, just came back from injury, which was great. So he's been on the bench a few times. Looking forward to see him. Gabriel, I don't think is anywhere near the first team, but he's back from injury. Manolas just went off injured at the weekend there. So who's my injured defender? Did I go Gabriel or did I go Manolas? I'm probably going to go Gabriel because I'm not going to be playing him this game week. And he's, probably the furthest away. I don't know how bad the Manolas injury was, truth be told, but probably the furthest away at this point. I'm hoping the substitution of Manolas has maybe saved the injury. Hopefully it wasn't anything too bad. By all accounts, from what John was watching the game, he told me it was muscular. At least it looked it. Injured midfielders is going to be Zaniolo. Duh. He is the injured midfielder to own. If you want an injured midfielder, Nicola Zaniolo is your man. And up top, is it going to be Paulinho or Diego Costa? So I know Paulinho is quite close to returning. Diego Costa needs a club. Do I have any other injured striker other than them two? No, it would just be one of them two. So I think the Paulinho is probably a little bit closer to returning. So I would. There's the Diego Costa as well. Let's go with the Paulinho, and I'll captain this super rare. And then to have another injured midfielder, perhaps. Let me have a wee scroll through and check. I'll click on the Zaniolo and have a wee scroll through and check. That'll make things a bit easier. Do I have another big injury in midfield? My 2 big injuries I've been carrying is Zaniolo and Paulinho. Paulinho's on the training ground now, which is lovely. Zaniolo, I think, is April for his return. So I'm not holding my breath on that happening this season, obviously. Isco, Isco's been on the bench. He's not injured as such. Demerby's back in the squad. That's good. And okay, I think I might just put the rare Diego Costa in here. I don't have another rare injured midfielder. I don't have another injured midfielder that I can see anyway. I think I might even just put the rare Diego Costa in here, and that helps him for when I try and. I'll probably sell the rare and keep the super rare when he transfers. If it's somewhere mega attractive, I'll just keep them both. But if it's somewhere good, then the super rare is the card I want to have. And the rare I can sell for a good price to somebody else. I picked up for like 15 quid or something. So I think, but then I'm thinking, do I bother with ranking them up if I'm going to sell them? Or do I maybe try and get somebody out? McKennie come off injured actually as well. I'm going to put them. I need to find out about the McKennie. I'll probably just stick in. I'll just stick in the Diego Costa. Sell it. No, sell it. Sardella's back now as well. I was just thinking, maybe there's another injured player down here I've forgotten. Because I don't do that. The injured team stays together for a long time in my training. I'm like, Kluivert's injured. I could put him in. And then I'm not captaining both of them, but let's just find this rare Diego Costa and move on, man. For Sharon. Sharon's injured. I knew there was another one. Right, okay, cool. Sorted, that works. And then we'll captain the Paulinho. Lovely. I knew there was another one. Sweet. So that's our little injury lineup done. Ruffier isn't really injured. He's released and might be fucking retiring. We found on the stream last time. Just a goalkeeper and a defender for Llama Boy. So Miami have sacked Alonso. I don't really know much about the Alonso guy, to be honest with you. I didn't track into Miami that heavy because when they first came in, like, they were cannon fodder. Because I know I've spoken about this in the stream before, having been followed NYC all the way through their inauguration season and forever since. But when you first get that expansion team together, it'll be the same with Austin this year. I don't know if there's another expansion team coming in this season. I think it is just Austin. But it's honestly, they're cannon fodder for about 3 months because they just don't know each other. They've just been all put together and they've went for it. So I didn't really pay too much attention to them. I wanted to lose Morgan. He done well. They then signed Tweedy. They then signed Gawain. And I became a bit more interested with some of the results and some of the goals and stuff like that was coming in. But the Phil Neville thing, listen, I think Phil Neville's Frank de Boer Mark II. I don't think that'll do Miami any favours, to be honest with you. Thanks very much, Mikey Boy, for catching that. Roscoe is in the house. So that's training, Ross. Sorry, that was just training. Our kid is in the house as well. Our kid sold me the Gawain we were talking about earlier. So thank you very much for doing business with me. Minor muscle injury for McKenny. Mikey Boy, you are on it tonight, Mikey Boy. You are on it. He's like the little man in the encyclopedia. Brilliant, son. So I think, so for friends that are just catching up, I'm seeing the numbers are a bit higher than me, right? So we've done one lineup for the special weekly, right? We've not got, these are the only options we've got. The only variable we could swap out for would be Fabio Silva or Gabriel. And Gabriel, I don't think is going to play. Fabio Silva, I'd rather have him in over Jack Hendry because I think Jack Hendry definitely gets 90 minutes. Whereas Fabio Silva, does he start? He probably starts, but I don't think Catroni starts. I think they could go just like Neto, Adama, and was there a guy Podence? They might just even go with like a combination of 2 or 3 of them up top. They've done that before, so I'm not going to gamble on the Fabio this week. So that's where we're going with. I'm hoping there's not too many All Blacks picked because Sevilla probably won't allow Atletico to relieve with a clean sheet. Could happen, of course. And then we've redone so far 11 training lineups because we've went out and we've bought like another couple of super rares and another couple of filler cards to buff out squads and whatever. We've also got the injured guys out now. So what I'm kind of looking to do with the rest of them. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pick the Paul Lopez common, right? And then I'm just kind of looking for cards that, like the Mark McKenzie, for example, who isn't necessarily injured and isn't necessarily out of season, but they're just not, I'll probably maybe put my Russian guys together as well. But I'm going to put the Brendan Aronson in next to him. So guys that I'm expecting to use in the near future, but not tonight, not tomorrow. And they can go with my common Paul Lopez. Where the hell is my Brendan? 2 days in Aronson? Yes, it is. Right, brilliant. And then up top, Jordan Larson probably ticks that box. So does the Shappy, I suppose. And the Ajeti. I'm not using the Ajeti for a while. Same with the Badgie. I'll probably put the Badgie in because I'm not using him for a while. And again, I've got the 1 of 100 Badgie. So I want him to be ranked up as quick as possible. And then the spare card, who kind of goes in with this? We've got a young promise, not likely to start too often, or maybe they don't have fixtures at the moment, like a Brendan Aronson. And I just want to get them in training and get some XP together for me. Who could my extra man be? So Charlotte is coming if it is an expansion team as well. I knew they were coming. I didn't realise or remember as I was speaking that they were hitting. Zeno Van Hoosen, he's injured as well. Who was my injured defender? Yeah, I'll go and put him in my injured team as my defender. I knew I was missing obvious things. I could just feel it. The Akhmetov, I could maybe pop him in here. And the Ajeti. I've already got a striker. I might put the Akhmetov in here. Because I am going to need him at some point. That's why I bought him. Yeah, I think let's go with the. I think we might. Yeah, let's put the Akhmetov in. If we can get him. Let's put Akhmetov. Let's just stick him in. And then captain. We're probably going to use the McKenny more sooner. So we'll captain him and keep him buffed up. So guys that are joining the stream, how have you found the last couple of days with Ethereum movement? Have you been active in the market? Have you made any trades yourself? What's your position? What are you thinking? What lessons have you learned? Just let me know what's going on. And then, right, okay, so Trubin will probably, no, actually, we're going to work up our way. So we'll go with Schubert next because he's probably my least rated goalkeeper out of who's left. And then in defence, actually, before we do this, I'm just going to put the Van Hoosen in that injured team because that'll bug me if I forget. And then I forget what number it was. Number 11. Gabriel, he's back in training. Van Hoosen is nowhere to be seen. Where the hell is he? There is there. Beautiful. Lovely. It makes me feel so much better. And the Paulinho is the only one that's not out and out injured, I suppose. But hey, we can live with that. So we're on team number 13 now, aren't we? So we're going with Schubert. We'll probably put the Gabriel in this, just for the same reasons we picked him in the last one, just to get him training. In midfield. So with this kind of team, a similar kind of theme, I suppose, to the last ones. People we might need soon, but not tonight, not tomorrow, kind of thing. We want to get them training. The Seb Berhalter, again, I've got a 1 of 100 of him, so I want to get him. Mark Roca is always a good candidate for this type of training squad, actually. And I think I will put him in because I'm a fan of him. And I think when he gets a run in the team, I think he'll be getting a run in the team. I think we'll keep him training over. And then up top, I think we'd maybe go Larson on this. What about Jetty or Jota or Sorloth? No, we can. Oh, let's go Diego Costa in this one, and we can captain him. That's lovely. And then midfield, or the extra spot. Let's put the Guimaraes in. I don't really know his full situation. I thought he was out with like COVID or something, but I seen on Twitter today he put like an airplane emoji in like Leon. So I don't know if he was back in Brazil, maybe having a kid or maybe with a family emergency or something. But I think he's not been in the country, but I think he's coming back now. So he fits in that lineup quite nicely for us. Also, not a really strong midfielder. I'm looking forward to getting back into lineups. So this is up to 13. We're doing really well with these training lineups in terms of the organisation, guys. I'm quite impressed with myself how well I managed to do it. I've not really prepped this. I've not got lists written in front of me or anything. But I'm actually really happy and really content with how everything's panning out. Okay. So the next in the order would probably be the Horvath. And then what kind of squad do we want going around here with the Horvath? Do we want picking up loose ends? So let's get the Chris Richards. Oh yeah, Chris Richards and Horvath, my American pals. I have another American player that could be interesting. Well, McKennie is a little bit injured, isn't he? So we can maybe pop him in. That could be quite a sexy little team. The Americans in Europe. Do we have anyone else we might want to stick in this team? I might go with the McKennie if he is going to be out for a little bit. Then I know I'm still getting him powered up because I do like my McKennie card. He's probably one of my favourites, if I'm honest. And then up top, is it Larson this time? Do we finally take the Larson? Do I even go Ronaldo? Jetty, Kluivert. Yeah, let's play Kluivert because he's kind of injured. So we need him soon, but not right now. Yeah, do we know why? Do we know why? And in the extra spot, who would we give this to? The extra spot, I'm tempted to maybe Mario, maybe João Mario. No, not João Mario. He's still playing, he's still got games rolling around. Kind of look for guys that are not going to be that active that I'm not like, oh crap. Joaquin Correa, I think he's got some. Yeah, I think he's been DNP for a few weeks. Yeah, let's put the Correa in there. And then we'll captain the Kluivert because he's super rare. We need to get him up bonus-wise. Lovely. How many lineups? 14. Lovely job. I think we're getting to 15, by the way, of just like training content. You know, that these guys are not like playing tonight, playing tomorrow, that kind of thing. I think, Nubel or Trubin. Who would be higher in your pecking order for goalkeepers? Trubin, I would probably put ahead of Nubel because I expect Trubin to play Europa League or whatever Shakhtar's still in. I'm sure it's Europa League. So we'll put Nubel because he's less likely to be featuring very much this season outside of the Cup, if they're still in the Cup, which I'm sure they probably are. Pardon me. So in defence, I'm still looking at guys now that I'm looking to use. The Sardella has come back into the team recently. I don't know how short-lived or how long that will go on for. But it does give me hope that I might be utilising him somehow, somewhere. Yeah, I think I'm going to put the Sardella in this lineup because I do like my wee Killian. Yeah, I was actually really excited when I got him. I was really excited. I thought he was going to be a starting defender. It's not really worked out like that this season, but he does get good appearance numbers overall. He's starting to get back in the team now. He might have had a wee injury. And one thing I'd noticed when I picked up the Sardella is last season when Company was playing, he very often played himself and Sardella as centre back. So that made me interested in him. So yeah. Lee Kang-in probably goes into this squad quite well, as would probably the Grujic and maybe even the Fabio Silva, by the way. We're not using him this game week. I don't think we're really in a rush to ever use the Fabio. Let's put in the. I might even just put the. I've got a few decent options for these spare. Oh, I've got the Timo. Oh, I've got Timo Weah. Let's put him in the other squad with the Horvath, and yeah, let's do that. Yeah, that's got me excited. I'll put a Jetty in here because I like a Jetty, even though he's not the team. The Celtic are fucking shite now. Sorry if there's any kids listening. And then Cengiz Under, yeah, he fits in this squad quite well, I think. And then captain, I think we captained Under because he's probably the best season of that squad, I would say. So our squad's 50 is 14. They can yeah. So let's drop the right. So it says McKennie's the extra player. Let's take that out and let's put in the Weah. And we're going to drop the Correa for the McKennie. Lovely. So except for the Clive, that's a lovely little. Do we have any more Americans in Europe that I have maybe in our squad somewhere? That would be a lovely little snapshot, by the way, wouldn't it? So we've got Weah. I know I'm missing. I know that Aronson is now in Europe technically, right? But I mean, like European stripped up. You know, they've got the fucking. Just thinking of the teams we've got. No, I don't think there is any, is there? I think that would be. I know there's an American lad at Santos Laguna. It's a nice looking card. I think that'd be it. It's a nice looking team. We're starting to get in the squad again. He's playing like right mid. So I'm watching that very closely because his super is go really cheap. And if he does make a good stint at it, you know, they paid like 15, 18 million for him or something like that. They definitely fancy him. Cool. So we're kind of now left with our main goalkeepers. Trubin's the last one to go, right? Who's not out and out main. So we'll see who's the kind of peripheral players we've still got knocking about here that we would want to get some training action. Maybe the Issa Kabore, because again, he's owned by Man City. So I do like that kind of thing. Yeah, let's put the Issa Kabore in. He's starting to get busy. He's coming off the bench and stuff. Yeah, he's kind of floating about. He's not doing too much, but let's get him involved. And then midfield. We could put the let's put the Grujic in. Right, so I've got a bit of faith in the Grujic. Up top, I think we maybe holding on to that Larson. By the way, I'm holding on to him for another squad. But maybe put the Jota in there. So again, Jota's starting to start. And he could maybe come in handy at some point with a decent multipliers. A nice wee differential as well. If the week he gets a goal or two for Valladolid when they're playing maybe bottom of the league or something, he could be handy to be having about the pack. Let's go. Let's go. I can just put the Shappy in. Yeah, I should put the Shappy in. And then our spare body. I was tempted to throw the Medina in this squad. I think I'm going to go midfield against. I've got a lot of midfielders, so I don't mind doubling up and such. And these types of guys, especially so guys that are kind of loosey-goosey that we might want to use quite soon, but we don't expect to. Yeah, I think the Correa can go into this squad. Douglas Costa could as well. I suppose. Isco's still floating about. Demerby getting back into the squad our game day, actually. He started. I'm going to put the Correa in here. And who will be captain? Captain the Trubin, because he's a fucking hero. Ajay's injured. Oh, he could maybe go in the injured. Yeah, he could maybe go in that injured team then, couldn't he? Yeah, he probably could. What number was that again? What number was the injured team? Was it 11? It was 11. Yeah, so we could put Jay in here and put Paulinho in that other squad, couldn't we? Yeah, let's do that. If we reckon a Jay's, I didn't see the bench. Oh, I know the whole team had to fucking self-isolate or something bullshit like that tonight. I'm going to captain the Zaniolo because he's been fucking training since I bought the prick. And then we'll put the Paulinho into where... Yeah, he fits this kind of little theme we've got for this squad as well, so I quite like that. Sorry, Cengiz. Captain armband off you. Goes to the boy Paulinho. Number 7 for Leverkusen. The boy. My magic, guys, we're not going to be around for too much longer. We've just got like the main squads to make now, like the players that are going to be using week in, week out. Oh, right, okay. Is that... oh, yeah. Okay, let's see. Sweet, just catching up with you guys. Magic. So these are the squads that I kind of look at when I'm making them for training on a game week like this, but it is quite quiet. I'm thinking about how much strength do I have? Who are my real powerful cards? So how many goalkeepers have we got? 3, 5, right? These are 5 really strong, really tough goalkeepers. I mean, tough as in like I can rely on them. I'd probably say Akinfeev is bottom of this pecking order because he doesn't really score that great, to be honest with you. You know he's going to play. I think it's just pure form, perhaps, but his scores have been pretty pish. So who is a decent little defender? And I'm looking at this, I'm starting to think, am I actually quite light on oh, I've got Jack Hendry and Trippier, I suppose, already used for this game week. So, okay, that's fine. We'll put them in, I think we might put Manolas in with, let's put them Bemba in since they're both kind of challenger-y. Do we have any? Yeah, Joe Mario. Who else felt kind of challenger-y? Joe Mario, that might work. Can we challenger one? Yeah, let's do that. Joe Mario. Up top, we've got Larson, don't we? And we've got Diatta. Yeah, that could work. Yeah, Larson and Diatta. That's nice. I like that. It's a good challenger lineup, isn't it? Very strong. Right, Captain. Captain Jordan or Captain Crepin. Crepin. We need Larson to pick up a few, don't we? Yeah, let's go with Larson. So my next goalkeeper. So we're up to 17 teams, man. Jesus. So guys that are still hanging about, are still with us. Again, I've not had your thoughts, guys. What have you been doing in the market? Have you been trading? Have you been buying, selling? What's been going on? You seen any opportunities you've not been able to capitalize on but wish you could have, or vice versa? Have you seen it after the fact and wish, oh, why didn't I do that rather than this? I'd probably say Font is my under 23 goalkeeper, right? But I think his scores are starting to improve, actually. Yeah, he's on an actual real good run now. I'd probably say Handanovic is maybe bottom of this pecking order, by the way, now. His scores have not been good as of late, but you know he starts and he's Handanovic. You know he's going to get a run of clean sheets, 3, 4, 5 on the bounce. It's just almost a given. In defence, along with Handanovic, maybe just throw the Manolas because, yeah, sure, let's just throw the Manolas against that. In midfield, so we've got, right, this is where we're starting to pick midfielders. Let's put the Amiri in here, right? Super rare, and we'll captain him. And then up front, so we've got Lario, Bailey, Sani, Joe David. Got a lot of good choices. Let's just put the Sorloff in, so then I know again I've got him in training and I can mentally check that off. I don't know if we're actually getting an abundance of midfielders or strikers. I know we're really light on defence now come this point of the training squads because we've used double midfielders quite a lot. There's a Zielinski and a Cuisance. We've still got them floating about. Douglas Costa. Let's get the Isco in. Yeah, let's throw Isco in here and we'll captain Amiri. And again, these training squads, I'm happy for them to be completely broken up on a game week or whatever, and that's fine. But the first, up till this point, we've got 15 or 16 teams that I'm just leaving auto-programmed training, and I leave them there. So I'll probably put Lafont next. And then who are we going with defence-wise? I'm thinking Pletnicek. I'm thinking Mancini, but I've not actually got many really good defenders left. I suppose we'll probably used a few of them already here, there, and other places. We'll put in Hakimi with Lafont since they're both under 23s. Might have a wee under 23 theme here. Same we've got Works, we'll get him in. And then up top, who do we have that's attractive? We've got Bailey, we've got Joe David. Under 23 wise, I think that's probably about it. So we'll put the Bailey in with that. And then the spare body, Kamada, that works for me. All under 23s. We can captain the super rare. That looks lovely. Right, so 2 goalkeepers left. We've got Timon. He's coming in. Now, defence, again, we don't have too many options left over. The Danilo and the Mancini, I think, are going to be the last 2 defenders to get trained. So we'll put Danilo in here. And then for midfield, so, yeah, again, so Zielinski, Cuisance is going to go in, some team, and Ramsey. Yeah, they're definite. So we'll put the Cuisance in here because he's super rare, and we'll captain him. And we'll see if, yeah, Ramsey will definitely get in the next team. And then up top, we've still got some powerful strikers that I want to get out. So let's get the Depay in here. And I'm just want to probably just put the Sani in here as well. So that's done. double up on strikers, and then we'll captain the Cuisance. No, actually, I think I might captain the Depay. He's out of season. Yeah, we'll do that. Cool. The last training squad, guys. The last training squad. I might even go and get another goalkeeper. Because I'm thinking I'm definitely one down. Not missing any defenders not getting trained, I don't think. I'm quite happy with where they're all at. They're all quite rotation options for me. So I've got Zielinski still to get in. I've got Ramsey. Ramsey's definitely getting in, isn't he? Demerby. Yeah, Ramsey, Demerby, and Zielinski I want in. I'm not going to get all of them in, of course, but I need to see what I've got striking wise. Alario, Joe David. That's all I would really need to get in here. I think I'm going to opt. Who am I going to opt for on this one? Did I go both? Did I go? So, who did I say? Demerby, Zielinski, or the loser of Alario and Joe David? I'm probably going to pick the Joe David. They're both quite. It's hard getting both of them in a squad. I like that. Do you know what? I might even just put the Fabio Silva in this. In case he does play. Yeah, let's put the Fabio Silva in this. Screw it. And then the last player that'll get in the training this week, we've got Alario, who maybe needs the points, maybe the most. Zielinski's on good form. We like how he's getting on. I think I might just stick that Alario in here and call it a shift, guys. Demerby. Fuck it. Let's put the Demerby in. Let's get him a bit of training. Look at his big smile. And we'll captain the Fabio since he's actually playing. Lovely. So, guys, what a night. I know it's probably not been the most exciting little stream we've done. I've been inviting these for chats and whatnot. You think so, Ross? I don't. Well, listen. Let's have a look. Right. So, how many more training squads could I feasibly get out? Right. Because I do this. I've done this exercise a few times. Right now, I've went down a goalkeeper. So I could do with another one. Right. I accept that. Right. But in defence, right. Pletnicek, Miles Robinson. I've got a few okay, good defenders here that could easily go into training. No problem at all. Bunch of them. Midfield. Yeah, I suppose I've still got good numbers there, I guess. A lot of them are fodder. Some of these guys I got in bundles and guys I'm sitting on, like Cadden and Nicholson and whatever. Up top, not really. I suppose we do have some good options. Yeah, you're probably right. I probably should give a few more training goalkeepers, Ross. You're probably quite right there, mate. Let's have a wee look at the market just before I go off, guys. Been a feast for about an hour. Thanks very much for joining us. If you've been here the whole time, I fucking love you. Thanks a lot for joining us. If you've just joined us, welcome. And if you've left, it was nice to have you. And if you're watching this not live, then again, thanks for clicking on the video and supporting the channel. It means a lot to me, especially if you've watched all the way through. So thank you. We'll just give a wee glance over the market, see if anything catches our attention. And see if there's a wee training goalkeeper or something we might pick up or whatever, I don't know. Super rare Douglas Costa. If I'm just jumping out, that'd be too much. Magic. Listen, guys, thanks all for joining us. There was a video that dropped today. I think it was Asian Defenders or yesterday. Oh Jesus, guys, we're running like week 2. Yes, so this is Defenders all week. We've dropped Asian Defenders on Sunday. I think tomorrow is tomorrow the Tactics Room. No, I think tomorrow is American Defenders. Tactics Room Wednesday. Stream on Thursday, and then European Defenders and such on the Friday. Thanks a lot for joining us, guys, on the stream. I've had good fun. I hope you guys have as well. Like, subscribe, share, retweet, all that good stuff, guys. Stay out of trouble, and I will catch you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye. Bye.